Hey everybody, it's Sunday
It's
night,
and we start the podcast with you can't say that, it's illegal.
and you'll never know what we're talking about.
It's the first Sunday in May, right?
It is, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know why this month is freaking me out more than the others because there's something about May that it's like we're out of winter, we're into spring, stuff's getting crazy. Like, it's
Yeah.
just weird to me that it's May. I don't know.
Yeah. It's been crazy though. But I think we have to talk about the horse in the ring.
We have to talk about the Kentucky Derby, which was yesterday.
So I I'm not making things symbolic, but on the heels of coming back from celebrating 50 years of women at military service academies, for this woman to be the first female trainer to have a for to win a Kentucky Derby was crazy. Of course, I'm asking Jen. I'm like, okay, I get what the jockey does. I get what the horse
Yeah.
does. What does the trainer do? I get what
Right.
the owner does. What does the trainer do?
They train the horse or they train the jockey?
I'm asking. Are you telling me or telling me or asking me?
I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, I did think it was cool, man. From everything I can tell, they're the ones that make the decisions on, I probably who rides the horse and what conditioning the horse gets and stuff like that. But yeah, that watching that raw video of her, because they must have every trainer and owner like a camera trained on them. Don't and throughout the entire race. But and some guys like, all right, I gotta videotape the chick owner, needs to videotape it, or what do you call it, recording.
I watched the chick.
He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
our horse is dead last, and he's like, my job sucks, I hate my life, and then it's like, oh my god, I love my life. So crazy. I know we have a lag. I can tell we
I
have a lag.
yeah, you do. I'm sorry, and you froze a little bit, but and I know it's not. It never comes out on the final product, so it looks fine to everyone else. But watching her, it looked like she was going to pass out. It looks like she
Yeah,
was going to faint,
yeah,
and but I think what really struck me is they're showing how far behind the horse was and how it just worked its way up the side, and I'm half wondering if she knew that that's what that horse was capable of. So, like in watching that horse like just work its way, like I'm wondering how much of that she really believed that this particular horse and jockey could do that
yeah.
versus being like completely shocked that you went from last to first. But man, was that cool. And the footage like of the horses and it has an arrow on the horse just showing it work its way up the side. It's so cool. It's
Yeah, but
just so fun to watch.
it's not like the horse came from like fifth place to. I mean, it was dead
Yeah.
last, and then to watch
Yeah.
and then and then him, coming on the side. Well, and the best part was that his second place was his brother. I thought that was cool too.
Yes, I saw that too. The
Yeah,
jockeys are brothers. That was really cool. That
yeah.
was really cool.
So, but yeah, it was well, and I was watching it right before. I mean, as the horses were going into the gates, there was one beautiful gray horse, and he just I think he got spooked and he bucked his rider off, and the vets, and I do appreciate this, that the vets were kind of like, all the docs were looking at, like, they're like, we just don't have enough time to assess whether or not he should run, so they scratched him from the race. The jockey's like holding his saddle like,
Oh,
okay.
what do I do now?
Right.
Do you have a sawhorse I could at least sit on and
Exactly.
pretend?
Yeah. There's a carousel out front. It just goes in circles, but
Well, and you did more horse racing related. So can you talk a little bit about where you were earlier in the day? Because I think it's just really cool. I thought the event that you went to was just really super cool.
yeah, so our friends Corey and Kyle, this is the second year that they've done that, but they both have individual businesses, but they hosted a tent at the Virginia Gold Cup, which is on the same day as the Kentucky Derby, but it was a different. It's not a circular race like the
Okay,
track at the Kentucky Derby was. It was almost like a steeplechase. There was hurdles and things like that.
that's fun.
And so what they do is they buy a tent. It's at one of the turns. So at some point we see the horses go by, but you're watching another jumbotron. But What I didn't know was Robert Duvall, the actor,
Mhm.
um, was fairly was a fairly commonplace sighting, and
Hmm.
they were talking about all the celebrities that have houses out there in
Oh,
Middleburg,
that's really
West
cool.
Virginia. So it's like, due west on 66, due west of DC. But so I'm there with a bunch of mostly animal lovers. Like most of us in the tent have dogs or cats or like animal lovers. And there was one race, it was like the third race when all the horses were coming across, and all we saw was the one horse like buck up and kicked off the jockey. And all
Oh
the
my God.
horses are still going, and then the horse without the jockey goes by. We're all cheering for the horse, and someone's
He's
like,
doing it
is
wrong.
he? And someone's like, is he okay? And they're like, no, no, he's getting up. Like, not the jockey, the horse. Is the horse okay? So I have video of the horse like running by, and then he goes around, and he comes. Everybody's cheering on the horse. The
He's having
jockey's
his
like,
best day.
right? And the he's like, look at me. But the jockey it took him a little bit to get up, but then they put him in a golf cart and he had to go chase down the horse. But we're like,
The
you're a
horse is like,
human.
oh yes, I much prefer this than having someone
Yes,
sit on
it's
it.
so much
It's
weight off of
much
my
better,
back.
literally.
But yeah, it was really
That's
neat.
so
And
funny.
every tent like had a theme. Like ours was red, white, and blue. And like next door to
Nice.
us had like a gambling theme, so it was good. But so they had mentioned, they said make sure you have to dress up, and so they said make sure you can wear your hat if you wanted to. So me, I'm like, if I got to put on pantyhose,
Yeah.
then the hat's going to be ridiculous. So I bought a bunch of horses and poops, and then we used floral wire to hang horses and poops, and then I made a like a corsage with the little horses. So I took it to my mom. My mom now currently has my horse hat and both of our corsages. So
So I believe you asked me what I did this weekend in the midst of your lag. I'm trying to understand. I'm getting like every fifth word right now. Um, I'm just gonna pretend like it's all normal. One of the things we did this weekend was really cool. Was we saw the new Michael Jackson movie,
ah,
and and I'm not a big. You and I have talked about this, Moe. Neither one of us are big go to the theater people. Like I love the theater, the Broadway theater, but go to the movie theater people. And I think you're
yeah.
frozen. I don't know if you're talking to me right now or if you're making gestures at me because you're frozen smiling, which is lovely. Ooh, you're chatting. You're chatting with me. I'm so excited. That's all right. Um, so I don't I'm not a big fan of the movie theater, and one reason is because I like to I like to be able to basically go to the bathroom whenever I want, and I don't want to miss anything. So having to go to the bathroom and FOMO equals movie theater's not the best environment for me. But I will say I did something I've never done before. So Mo, you and I both made C to C blankets this year, right? Corner to corner blankets. I took my blanket with me to the theater. So I had my recliner and my blanket and my Diet Pepsi that I smuggled in, and I was living large under my blanket at the movie theater. I was having a good old time. So
Okay. I don't know who can actually hear, but we're going to go to Zoom. So Katie may not hear it, but we are going to go to
I
Zoom. So
cannot hear
I'm
you
going
at
to
all.
leave
So
this. I'm going to stop this recording, and then we're going to go
okay.
to Zoom.
Yay!